Welcome everyone to some Need for Speed Most Wanted. It's been a while since I've played this game. It's kind of interesting that it's still on my computer. That's the best part, because I did end up, since the last time I played this game, first of all, it was also, it's really shaky, and it's the game itself. It's not actually just your video just being shaky or whatever. It is literally the game shaking. Like, it's literally shaking for me as well. It's just the way this game runs. Anyway, welcome to some Need for Speed Most Wanted. I wanted to go ahead and put some Need for Speed in the background of today's video, because we're going to really talk about the upcoming Need for Speed and what it could be. So I've seen a lot of people make videos on it and wanting it to be the next Need for Speed Underground. I mean, we've done this whole spiel in the past where we wanted the next Need for Speed to be Need for Speed Underground. I mean, they've kind of done an alright job, I guess, with Need for Speed 2015. It just didn't have enough content, and I think that's the only thing that I really wish that Need for Speed would have again. It's just a lot of content. Like, I like the story mode of Need for Speed Underground, Underground 2 and all that sort of stuff, and it's cool, and I like, it's a classic. Same with Most Wanted, same with Carbon. These like older Need for Speeds that sort of got me into this franchise. I liked it, right? Like, it's a good series, but it's gotten to the point where people get really bored of games very quickly. So the only thing that I think would possibly be able to revive Need for Speed, or this game itself, would be if they decide to add more content into it. Because, like I said, at the moment people are like lacking interest in this, just because there's not that much stuff to do in the game after you complete the story mode. Like right now, like if I go back to play Need for Speed Payback, there's nothing I could do in it. I've done builds on every car, I've done the story mode, I've found everything that I could possibly find. It's just, I've done everything, you know what I mean? So it's kind of boring to go back to a game like that, even though I've been asked by people to go back to it and check it out and do some more builds and all that sort of stuff. But like, I've done everything on it, so there's no reason for me to go back and do stuff like that. I just have nothing to do on it. I miss this game, I miss this Need for Speed Most Wanted, even though it hasn't really been that long of a time since I've played it. The bad thing about this, because the last time that I ended up playing this game was a long time ago. It was on a different computer, so I don't have any of my saves. I wanted to go back and try play a little bit of Need for Speed Underground 2 as well, and I don't have any saves on that, and I don't think the game works at all at the moment on that, so it's kind of annoying that I can't... Oh god, I forgot that once you're like really low in the levels here, you can actually lose the cops just by driving a little bit too fast. Okay, there we go. We actually have some cops following me. Oh no. Wait, I need to keep them on me for like a minute, right? That's how it works. Where's these guys? Alright, come on. Keep up. But yeah, if I was to go back to play Need for Speed Most, or what's it called, Payback, I would just have nothing to do, and it'd just be really boring. So that's why games like this should have a lot... Did I even get anyone with that? No, I don't think so. They should have a lot more content in it, post-release, because I think people will just end up getting bored of it after a little while. So there's not much stuff to do on it now. So for people asking me to go back and play Need for Speed Payback, there is literally no reason for me to do it, just because I have nothing to do on the game. But nostalgic games like this is like my childhood. This is like what I grew up with. I love coming back to this, and I mean, like, for some people, that's what Need for Speed Payback is like. What Need for Speed 2015 is like. You know, that might be their first Need for Speed. So if they go back and like play that game, it's probably the same feeling that I get when I play this game. So it's just a feeling of nostalgia. So as much as... Oh god, didn't realize this dude was over here. Alright, come on, dude, keep up. There we go. And I know for a fact, I know where every like cooldown spot as well is in this game, so that's what makes it funny. There's one right here. I just have to be careful that I don't get spotted by one of these cops. Alright, there we go. Boom. Easy stuff. Man, I miss this game. I miss these like challenge series and stuff like that. There's not really that many things to do like that in the newer Need for Speeds, is there? Like, I mean, once you complete the story mode, like, what is there to do in Need for Speed Payback? You can search for the cars that they leave about, like the boss's cars and all that, but like, there's not really that much stuff to do. Like, you can play a little bit of multiplayer, but you don't really advance that much in it, and you don't really earn anything from playing multiplayer. You know what I mean? So I really do wish that there was a lot more thought when it goes into making the newer Need for Speeds, because, like I said, of the lack of attention that people end up giving the game after they complete the story mode. So Yeah. Anyway, what would you guys like to see in the new Need for Speed? That is my question to you guys. That is my main big question. Now, even though I do know that this video has been kind of all over the place, as I keep going back and forth to either talking about Need for Speed Most Wanted or the OG games, to talking about the next upcoming Need for Speed. So, the main reason why I wanted to make this video is because the new Need for Speed is coming out this year, and that's a fact, right? It is going to be shown off most likely at E3. That's probably the first look that we're going to have at it. And then after that, we're definitely going to be seeing some content off me, because once the game drops, I will be making videos on it. I'll probably be cutting back on the Forza Horizon videos, depending on how much content they decide to bring out on Forza Horizon. Because if they continue to just keep bringing out cars and bringing out the maps and stuff like that, I know that there's going to be 2 expansions. I don't know if there's going to be a 3rd expansion. Apparently there was a leak that there was supposed to be like a 3rd expansion to Forza Horizon 4. If that's true, then I'd be very, very happy to keep playing that game as long as possible, because I'm still enjoying going back and playing Forza Horizon 4. So it's that honeymoon phase still hasn't stopped yet. Even though I've pretty much 100% of the game, I still want to go back and play Forza Horizon 4. Right now I'm not playing it just because I wanted to make this specific video. That's it, because most of the time, most of the videos on my channel at the moment are Forza Horizon 4, like most of my recent videos that I upload. So it's still not past that like honeymoon stage for me with that game. So I really hope that a game like Need for Speed does that to me. I really hope that I don't have to be like, oh no, I have to go back onto this game again to play it. Like, I've never really had that problem with a lot of games, because usually when I make videos on games, I try to pick games that I actually have fun playing. So usually when it comes down to racing games, I have fun playing most racing games, right? So I don't really have like a problem with a lot of racing games. The only one I did have a problem with was The Crew. As you guys have seen, I've barely made any videos on The Crew 2, and there's a reason for that. There's a reason because that game is boring. Like, there's not much to do in that game. Like, the cars just cost money, pretty much. You spend money and you buy the cars, and that's pretty much it. You have your customization, you drive around, you have a gigantic map. That's the main big thing that game actually has for itself, and that is the map. That's it. Other than that, I feel like the car list actually lacks a lot in that game. I feel like there could have been a lot more cars and a lot better cars as well in that game. Especially now bringing out that Mercedes. I don't know if you guys have seen my video on it, like me ranting about that Mercedes. It was a GLC? Was it GLC? I hope I'm getting this right. It was a GLC like 250. So it wasn't even like a 43 AMG. It wasn't a 63 AMG. It was just like a 250. So it's a little measly 2-liter petrol 4-cylinder. So I don't understand why someone will bring a car out to that game that's like that. I mean, it just doesn't feel right to add it in there. A lot of people are actually going back at me, telling me like, you know what? There's actually a lot of people that want to see cars like that added to the game, and I'm like, why? What is the purpose of having a stupidly underpowered car? If you want to have something like a sleeper or something like that in the game, let me have the customization options of that 250, but still have V8, or have us just give us the 250, but let us engine swap. Let us put like different engines in it and all that sort of stuff. Like, just give us the customizability that we want, pretty much, to make the game better. So, like I said, The Crew 2 is just a game that I don't really want to go back on playing. I know that there's like content and all this other stuff there, and I just don't really feel like going back onto it. Just like Need for Speed Payback, I feel like I'm done with those games at the moment. But with the upcoming Need for Speed, I don't know what it's going to be called. I don't know if it's going to be an Underground 3. I'm doing air quotations, by the way, or Most Wanted 3. Or whatever, because like I don't really know what to expect from it, because I'm not really here to sort of do any like speculations. I just really want to see what you guys' suggestions are for the upcoming Need for Speed, and what would you want to see in the game? What would, again, like I said, what would you guys like to see them implement from other games? Like maybe other games have done it right and you want them to do it as well, or you want maybe some features from the old games, something like the Challenge series here, which is like an extra bit of like single player or solo missions or whatever that you can try out yourselves, stuff like this, you know. Like, you obviously have the quick race mode, which is just normal. You have the career mode, and then again Challenge series, which is like, it's just such an interesting idea for them to have it to the game. Obviously Need for Speed Underground 1 and Underground 2, once you completed the story in those games, there's not really much stuff to do, especially Need for Speed Underground 1. But yeah, that's pretty much it for me. Thank you guys very much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed today's video. It is a bit all over the place, but I just wanted to let you guys know that obviously there's a new Need for Speed coming out, and I want to see what your guys' suggestions are for the upcoming Need for Speed, and what can they do to bring back the franchise to make it great again, pretty much. So yeah, that's it for me. Thank you guys again for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.